Hi there Pisces, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 3rd of November. This week begins with Mercury and Jupiter continuing a great angle which shaped up last week. Brilliant if you are a more entrepreneurial person. But of course Mercury is about ideas, and the bigger picture suggests that when it comes to expansion in your world or travel or moving into new fields which are much more adventurous and exciting, you may have gone through something of a hiatus. This first started to shape up towards the end of September, when Mercury moved into Scorpio, your sister water sign, and you got that real sense that you were on the cusp of something really big. But since then, you may have had to do quite a lot of work behind the scenes, and you may be wondering when you're going to see the real results. Well, the link between Mercury and Jupiter at the start of this week can certainly help the process, but it's going to be at the end of this week when Mercury returns to the sign of Scorpio, because of course it went through the retrograde and trod backwards, moved back into Libra. Now it returns to Scorpio at the end of this week, and it's going to be then, or perhaps at the start of next week, the 10th onwards, that you will start to see how things are really shaping up on that big idea that you had at the end of September. But this week itself is going to provide lots of reassurance in terms of anything growing or moving. If you think about it, philosophically so at least, Saturn's role in your sector of expansion over the last couple of years and more has been quite a heavy one. It's almost like being trying to drive a car with the handbrake on. However much you put your foot to the floor and however good the petrol or engine are, somehow you're not hurtling along quite at the pace you'd really like. But the angle forged between the Sun and Pluto this week, and in the first couple of days between Venus and Pluto, suggests that other people are beginning to get it. They're tuning into you, they're connecting to you. You can make some fantastic alliances at this time. The only thing that can spoil it is by getting impatient, trying too hard, trying to push the process along too quickly. That can come to bear on the back of the full moon on Thursday, when there could be an exchange of ideas and someone may not agree with everything you're doing. Don't be offended by this. See it as their perfect right to have a voice, and be humble, hear it, discuss it, and perhaps learn from it, and if necessary make some modifications. Because once Mars in Capricorn starts to combine with Pluto from Thursday onwards, your long-term goals can suddenly come into focus in the most wonderful of ways. But this is at just the point when you need to have the self-confidence to let what you're doing maintain its own momentum. And if you try to push the boulder down the hill that much quicker, you could actually have a mishap. And this can be particularly so when it comes to friendships or any kind of working collectively or collaboratively. So patience will still be important, but your communicational skills will really start to sparkle and fall into place as this week draws to a close, whatever you're trying to achieve. And if it's in your love life that you're focused, look to try to re-engage a partner, try to add a sense of extra sparkle and excitement, perhaps that you first had when you knew them at the beginning. This can be a very smart thing to do. But if you're meeting someone new and you do have a date with someone very different to you, don't see that as a challenge, see it as an opportunity. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.